I am redoing my entire game room from scratch, and I'm gonna take you guys on the entire journey from start to finish. Let's get started. This wall here. The plan is first to take everything off the wall. Take all the games, all the collectibles off the wall. Go on, Maynard. Go. Then I will remove all of the wall control panels. Once I have done that, I'm going to remove this trim here. As well as that trim there. As well as that trim. Once I have done that, I am going to repaint the wall. And the color that I chose to paint the wall is a purple that's as close to the GameCube Indigo purple as I could find. Hopefully I did good. I'm not good with color, so hopefully I actually picked one that's close. The wall has been repaired and repainted, I'm going to reinstall the wall control panel. So this entire wall, from left to right, top to bottom, is going to be made up of wall control panels. Plan, once I get those wall control panels up, is to fill this entire wall up with games. So it is going to contain my entire video game collection: GameCube, NES, N64, Super Nintendo, PS4, PS3, PS2, PS1. You get the idea. Okay, I got the next step done of this phase, and I have all of the wall control panels that I currently own installed. So we have 9 across that way, 9 verticals across that way. There's 2 horizontals there. I had to buy 2 more horizontals because I don't have enough, but there's going to be a horizontal there, and then there's going to be a horizontal there so that I'm not covering up the outlet. And I went ahead and set up the GameCube collection and the Wii collection. So next thing is I'm going to go ahead and get all the shelves put up and get the rest of the games and other things set up. And then we'll do a little quick tour of this wall and show you guys, what it's turning into. All right, folks, after a weekend of non-stop work, phase 1 is like 90% complete. I'll explain what I mean by that in just a second, but let me give you a quick tour of the changes. Let's start here. This is where the Nintendo GameCube collection used to be. Now keep in mind, this is all subject to change because phase 2 is going to be working on this side of the game room and this wall. Moving on from there, this shelf used to contain the DS collection and used to be over there. Now it contains all of my other non-Nintendo toys and collectibles, and then some more LCD handhelds and more Tiger handhelds. Now for the main event, what I am calling the wall of games. And you know what? I think that it is looking pretty damn good. Starting here, we've got the GameCube collection, and something cool that I did, I have 23 GameCube games left as of the time of recording this to complete the collection. So I have placeholders in all the slots where those 23 games will go. Down below that, we have all of my GameCube era collectibles and oddities. Moving along from there, we got Nintendo Switch, Nintendo DS, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, NES, SNES, N64, Sega, Genesis, Evercade, TigerGame.com collection. We got PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, a couple of Xbox games, some video game themed VHS tapes, some cool stuff hung up on the wall there, VHS tapes, DVDs, movie soundtracks, and music CDs. Phase 1 is not quite done because I have 2 more wall control panels I have to put up, but I don't have them yet. I had to order them. So there's going to be a horizontal panel there and a horizontal panel over here. And then I just got to get some more shelves for those panels. And then I'll have room to expand the collection even more and maybe rearrange a few things. And then phase 1 will be officially complete. But phase 2, which is going to be that wall there, I'm going to wait about a month before I start that. All right, folks, it has been well over a month since I completed this wall in the RetroWolf game room makeover. I've been thinking about things over the last month, and I've decided to change up my plans just a little bit. So let me explain what I'm going to do. Next wall I'm working on is this wall. So step 1 is I've got to break down all of the consoles, all the TVs, get everything off the wall, start patching it and getting it ready to paint. That is step 1. Now, the TV setup will not be going back on this wall. TV setup is actually going to be moved to this wall where this stuff is right here. I bought 2 awesome glass display cases that are quite large, and they have built-in LED lights, and one is going to go here and one is going to go here, and all of my collectibles here, including, if there's room, possibly some of those are going to go into the 2 glass display cases, and then the TV setup is going to go here. This wall, then this wall, then this wall. That is going to be the order of operations here, and I'm going to start by finishing the breakdown of all of this stuff, and then I'm going to start patching the wall up with drywall mode. I'm going to move this display cabinet over. I'm going to start moving things from here into this display cabinet, and then I'm going to start building the second display cabinet. Woo! It's done. As you can see, I've cleared off a lot of the Nintendo collectibles that were here, and they are now right here. Take a look at that. I've pretty much filled this thing to the absolute max. I am fixing to build the second display case, which will go right here. I got the second display case built, and I have to say, it looks pretty freaking great. Check it out. So there are both display cases. This display case primarily has Tiger handhelds and a bunch of other miscellaneous items in it. Now here's the thing, the way that I have everything organized in these display cases is not the final way that I'm going to organize everything, because step 2 is I'm going to buy some more wall control panels like these. I'm going to get 3 of the vertical wall control panels. There will be one here, one here, one here, and then I'm going to get one of the horizontal wall control panels that will go right there above where the door opens. So there will be a horizontal wall control panel, vertical, 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 and wall control makes a wall control panel that is slightly not as wide, that I think, I have to measure it to be sure, but I think will fit above the door, the closet door, perfectly. So all of those wall control panels will be used for collectibles. So this is going to be my collectible wall. I hope you guys are enjoying today's video. I want to take a quick moment to tell you about an awesome pre-order you can get through the Goodiez app at way less than market/retail value, whether at a physical location or an online retailer. And let me show you what that game is and how to do it. When you open the Goodiez app, right from the home page, you are going to see the pre-order section at the top, and you can do a quick scroll to see some of the games that are available. And if you click See All, you can scroll down to March and you will find Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition that you can pre-order brand new on the Nintendo Switch for $45 before tax and shipping. You just click lowest ask 45 buy or offer, click next, and then check out. Now, even though I don't have any interest in Xenoblade Chronicles X and I will not be pre-ordering that, I did go ahead and pre-order Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster on the Switch through the Goodiez app for $44 before tax and shipping, because that is a game that I am interested in playing. And there are a ton of other games for the Switch and the PS5 that you can pre-order through the Goodiez app for less than retail value online or in person and save some money. It's that easy to save some money pre-ordering some awesome brand new Nintendo Switch games. The Goodiez app is free to download, free to create an account. Check out the link down below and save some money today. All right, I have finished pulling everything off of this wall and everything off of this wall. I've got my plastic down on the carpet to protect the carpet. It is now time to drywall mud patch all the holes and get this thing ready to paint. Put some painter's tape up and paint. And then that is the bulk of the work done. Now it's just going to be a matter of getting everything put back in its place. But let's get these two walls finished. Oh man, it's finally done. All of the painting is 100% complete. Now look, as I said, I'm not a very good painter. Never claimed to be. And I'm also not a perfectionist. I don't need it to be perfect because in reality, most of the wall is going to be covered up. You're not going to be able to see very much of the wall, but this wall is now done and this wall is now done in what I am calling GameCube purple. So next step is I got to get all the paint stuff cleaned up and out of here. Bring the furniture back in, get it all positioned where it needs to go, start setting stuff back up. There's light at the end of the tunnel, everybody. This project is almost complete. Let me show you where I'm at. Let me show you what the next steps are. I've got the game area set up with the TVs and the consoles and everything. I had to do it a little bit different than I wanted to. I did want to have these two put together like I had over here previously, but the problem is covered up the vent too much. So instead I decided to split them apart, and then I've just got this little drawer system here, and then of course I got my little TV on that. I managed to make room for this one. I've got that TV, so I got 3 CRTs, and then of course I've got my older LG HD TV up there. So that's done. And then my 3D printing area over here, obviously it's kind of a mess right now. I've got to sort all this stuff once I get done with the next step. I've got stuff down there I got to sort. So it's a lot of mess. Now, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this wall and what I'm going to do with this wall. I haven't decided yet. And then over here, I'm going to put a wall control panel right there. Well, a vertical panel will fit perfectly right here. And since I screwed up my wall and had to put a bunch of holes in the wall because my stud finder told me there was a stud there, but there's not a stud there. It lied to me. So I'm gonna have a wall control panel right here to cover those holes and to use it. I'm also going to have 2 wall control panels here, verticals, 1, 2. and those will primarily be used for the 3D printer. At least one of them will. So that's the next step. All right, all of the wall control panels are up, and I came to the realization that I didn't buy enough wall control panels, so I have to buy 2 more, but I'm going to do that outside of the scope of this video. But I'm going to buy a wall control panel to go here, and then I'm going to get a wall control panel to go right here. I think I'll just do 1 panel right there. The next step is to finish populating these shelves. This is gonna be the collectible wall, right? So I'm gonna probably reconfigure some of this now that I have all this open space, because look at all this mess of collectibles. Now, a lot of these I will be hanging up on the wall in empty spots, so I gotta figure that out too. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna figure out where in the hell I am going to put all these collectibles. As you can see, it looks like some of my Tiger handhelds fell down because I've got them packed in so tightly, so I gotta figure that out too. So I'm gonna do that right now. Here it is. I am finally pretty much done. And what do I mean by pretty much? I'll explain that in just a second. But first, let me give you a really quick tour of Game Room 2.0. Here we go. Of course, we start things off with the wall of collectibles. Got several wall control panels put up across here. And then, of course, we have the display cases. Now, all of this is probably going to evolve and change as I get more collectibles. I'll reorganize things, but this is the GameCube collectible and promo item section, and then vintage Nintendo collectibles down through there. A variety and a hodgepodge of stuff across there. Mario movie collectibles, Tiger handheld collectibles. Now, one thing I am working on is a better way to display these. So as you can see here, I am 3D printing these Tiger handheld stands, and it just makes for a absolutely amazing way to display these handhelds in this glass case. As a matter of fact, you probably hear it in the background, I've got more stands printing right now in the 3D printing corner. Now, every bit of wall space that I'm not using for shelving is going to be used for collectibles that hang up, and a little bit of art here and there. Now, moving over, we have the gaming area. 3 CRTs, 1 older HD TV, everything is hooked up. And then we have this panel here, which has the VHS tapes I wanted to keep in the game room, as well as some DVDs and some video game themed VHS tapes. Moving on from there, the 3D printing corner / music corner. So the game room is not 100% complete. For the purposes of this video it is, but I will be putting 1 more vertical wall control panel there that will house my other filaments for the 3D printer. I am leaving this wall space blank for now because I will be expanding the 3D printer up with the AMS unit and a riser, so I'm leaving that blank. Leaving this blank for now. I've got some more space here for hanging stuff up. My desk where I'll be doing editing and anything involving a laptop. And the great thing about this desk is I don't have it tethered to anything, so I can move it around. It's on wheels. My toy chest, one of the pride and joys of my collection. Here's another space where I will be putting another vertical wall control panel. So that space is reserved for that panel, and I'll probably use it to reposition a few of the games. The wall of games. Now, since I moved the GameCube collectibles off of that shelf is going to be opened as I get more Japanese GameCube games and more Player's Choice GameCube games. The Switch collection, I have room to expand there. This is just a bunch of junk that I'm selling from the collection. I will be getting 2 more wall control shelves to go there and there. And in that way, I can expand the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance collection. And I plan on 3D printing
2 more of these drawer systems so that I can have 3 of these total, 1 with all Game Boy drawers, 1 with all Game Boy Color, and 1 with all Game Boy Advance. So I'll be working on that soon. Now, here's one of the big changes. I installed 2 floating shelves way up here, super high, and I have shifted my PS2 collection up and left a lot of blank space as I expand the PS2 collection heavily throughout 2025. And then I've got some blank space here that I will be able to expand the PS5, PS4, PS3 collection if I need to, or any other miscellaneous thing that I buy. So got a little bit of space to work with here. And that is it. That is Game Room 2.0. Besides a couple of wall control panels and a couple of shelves, I'm done. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the new game room. I am going to be doing a very detailed 2025 game room tour sometime in the next month or 2, so stay tuned for that, and I will go over everything in detail, including the collection, and I'll show you guys a lot of cool stuff, and it'll be a lot of fun. But thank you for joining me on this journey to rebuild the game room, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.